It's the one we've all been waiting for. Leny Yoro to Manchester United. Here we go. This has just been confirmed in the last couple of minutes. But before we get into that, please smash a like on today's video. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new. And get in the comment section and say, welcome Leny Yoro. What a signing this will be. So this has just come out in the last 30 seconds from David Ornstein, Tier 1 journalist. Doesn't put out clickbait. Doesn't put out fake stories, 100% reliable. He is saying that Leny Yoro is currently flying to the UK to undergo a medical and finalise personal terms as new Manchester United player. Manchester United see this as a huge coup by signing the converted centre-back from Lille. I mean, I'm in absolute shock. I am. I said there was still a small chance we'd get him. I personally felt like Leny Yoro was just flirting with us to get Real Madrid, but he is literally on a plane right now on the way to Manchester and he will become a Manchester United player. £42 million is the fee that we'll pay. Apparently Manchester United have offered him big wages, around 100k a week, and have also told him that he will be a starting centre-back for Erik ten Hag next season alongside Lisandro Martinez. And I'm going to say this, I think we've got the best centre-back available on the market right now. De Ligt, okay, cool. His injuries concern me. Branthwaite for 80 million, let's be honest, is a joke. We are paying 42 million for one of the best young centre-backs in the world. That's a fact. Liverpool wanted him. PSG wanted him. Real Madrid were putting in bids for him, begging him to wait until next season so they could get him for free. And Ineos have pulled off an absolute madness. And I'm going to be fair here. I think Ineos deserve an apology from us, or from me especially, from lots of us. We doubted them. We criticised them. We said that they're going to be worse than the Glazers. And so far in this transfer window, they've got rid of people like Martial, who obviously was surplus to requirements. They've brought in Xerxes, who was on the brink of signing to AC Milan originally, and we hijacked that deal. And now we've just managed to pull off one of the biggest transfer coups, I think, in the last decade. Real Madrid were desperate for him, and we managed to get him. I'm so happy about this. I think he's going to be an incredible signing. What does this mean for De Ligt? I don't really know, and I don't really care, to be honest. I think we've got a better player here in Leny Yoro than De Ligt. So Fabrizio Romano has just come out as well. He says Manchester United have now booked medical tests for Leny Yoro today. He says the plan ready after agreement reached with Lille last week for 50 million euros fixed fee plus 12 million euros add-ons. He says there's still some work needed to get the deal done, but Manchester United are now confident, as David Ornstein has reported. So apparently the medical is going to be today. Apparently he's travelling to Manchester now. I still am having to take a bit of a deep breath here because you never know what's going to happen in football. Could this be the final roll of the dice by Leny Yoro to try and get Real Madrid to act? There is always that possibility. We've seen this happen before. Medicals being booked, fees being agreed, players travelling to another country. There's even some instances, right, where the player lands and goes to the medical and then halfway through the medical decides they want to go somewhere else. Now, do I think that will happen? No. I think we have got our man, but until we see him in that shirt, anything can happen. You know, Real Madrid might just come along and take him at the last minute. They have the power to do that. And until the contract is signed, until you see him putting pen to paper, he's not our player. Okay, so he hasn't signed yet. The deal is not 100% done, but he is travelling to Manchester right now. This is on the Athletics website. Leny Yoro travelling to Manchester ahead of medical to finalise deal to Manchester United. I mean, I am absolutely in awe of this. Amazing signing. Absolutely amazing signing. Somebody says, do you know if he joined United for any other reasons? Well, the reasons that I've been told is this, right? Manchester United have offered him the starting centre-back role at Manchester United. He will start every single game, apparently. Whereas Real Madrid weren't able to offer him that. Real Madrid had Eder Militao, David Alaba and Rudiger, plus probably some others that I've forgotten about. Whereas if you look at Manchester United's centre-back options, you've got Martinez, who starts every game, Maguire, who's probably going to be sold, Lindelof, who's going to be sold, Johnny Evans, who's 36 and a fourth or fifth choice centre-back, and that's it. So if I'm Leny Yoro, I've said this for weeks, right? If I'm Leny Yoro looking at this situation, you can see a clear path to the first team with Manchester United. Whereas he could go to Real Madrid and sit on the bench for the first 2 years. You know, he's not gonna get in ahead of Rudiger or Alaba or Militao. That's a fact. Those are all world-class centre-backs. And Leny Yoro is still a prospect. He's not on the level of a Rudiger, is he? Or a Militao. Like, he just simply isn't. Whereas at Manchester United, Lindelof's going to Fenerbahce, apparently. Maguire is effectively up for sale. Johnny Evans is just a backup, and Martinez is the only first-choice centre-back. So it makes a lot of sense when you actually think about it. For his career, coming to Manchester United, right, and being a starting centre-back is better than going to Real Madrid and sitting on the bench. I think, anyway. I know that Real Madrid's his dream move, and I know that there is still obviously the possibility that in a couple of years' time, Real Madrid come in for him and they get him. But we're getting him for 42 million. If we were to sell him in the future, I'm sure we would make a decent profit on that. You know, we would be like Everton are now. If in 2 years, right, Real Madrid come knocking for Leny Yoro, we would tell them the price is 80 million. That's what we paid for Maguire. That's what Everton want for Branthwaite. Man City paid about 80 million for Gavardiol. The price tag for Leny Yoro, if he fulfills his potential, will be 80 million to 100 in the future, right? So even if people are like, oh, I'm upset because he wants Real Madrid, it doesn't matter. It's not like he can leave for free. He's apparently going to be given a 5-year contract with the option of an extra year, so 6-year contract. If Real Madrid want him off us in the future, they're going to have to pay mega money for him. And I know that's upsetting, and I know people are like, oh, well, is he not just going to leave in a couple of years? I said this to you so many times before. It's public knowledge that Garnacho dreams of playing for Real Madrid. He dreams of following in the footsteps of Cristiano Ronaldo, his idol. Does that mean that we still don't love him and that we still don't enjoy watching him play? No. It just means that in the back of our heads, we know that at some point, if Garnacho continues on the trajectory he's on, Real Madrid will come knocking and he'll want to go there. And it's the same principle here with Leny Yoro. You know, we hope that he comes to Manchester United and he succeeds. He wins us trophies. Maybe we win a Premier League with him. And then if in the future he gets sold for mega money, obviously that's sad, but you know, that will still mean profit for Man United, which we can then go and reinvest in a new centre-back. And I know we're probably getting a little bit ahead of it. Fabrizio's just come out as well. He says that Manchester United want to get the Leny Yoro deal done as soon as possible to avoid any potential hijack. That's what I just said. It says that the contract proposal is until 2029 with an option of a further year, with the salary increasing every single year. He says that Yoro is now set to travel to England with his family. Apparently that's going to be today. Medical today. Leny Yoro should become a Manchester United player. Now, as Fabrizio Romano says, there is still always this potential that Real Madrid come knocking at the last minute and try and hijack this deal, right? We can't be completely naive in this situation. Until he puts pen to paper, it's fair game. So we'll wait and see. And people are in the chat are saying he is the next Varane. Yeah, this guy is literally being compared to Rafael Varane. Apparently, sources from Real Madrid are saying that they feel like he's the Kylian Mbappe of centre-backs. They're comparing him to Kylian Mbappe. Obviously, they play in a different position, but they believe he's of that quality, that he's going to go on to be the best centre-back in the world. And honestly, this is an unbelievable coup to get this guy. Unbelievable. I know we haven't signed him yet, but if we do get this deal over the line, I mean, the transfer window so far would be absolutely amazing. If we go in for De Ligt as well, Samuel Luckhurst reporting in the last 30 seconds, Manchester Evening News, that Leny Yoro has now agreed to join Manchester United despite interest from Real Madrid. So you've had David Ornstein, Fabrizio Romano, and now Samuel Luckhurst. You've got a local Manchester journalist who only reports stuff given to him by the club, Samuel Luckhurst. You've got Fabrizio Romano, who doesn't put out fake stories, and you've got David Ornstein, who doesn't put out fake stories. He wants to join Manchester United. We've got the man. We've got the man. I'm honestly absolutely speechless. I am. Well, I mean, I'm not speechless. I have a lot to say on the matter, but I wasn't expecting to see this. I'm going to be honest with you, right? I literally had my breakfast on the table. I was sat downstairs, about to eat my breakfast. It's gone cold. I saw this story pop up, and I was like, I thought it was fake. I was like, what the hell's going on here? My toast is burning. I can smell it from up the stairs. My eggs are cold. The dogs have probably eaten them by now. They've probably climbed their way onto the counter and somehow eaten my breakfast. I'm honestly in absolute awe here. So happy. Leny Yoro, amazing signing. Joshua Zirkzee, amazing signing. Like, if we get the players out of the club now, like the Maguires, the Lindelofs, etc., this could be one of the best windows in the last decade. And I know I'm getting ahead of myself. And I know people are saying, don't be naive. What if Madrid now come and put the offer in? If that happens, it's going to be heartbreak because we have the carrot dangled in front of our faces. He's literally travelling to Manchester now. All right. Fabrizio has also said that Manchester United have offered Leny Yoro a big salary and a big project. United are now pushing directly with Yoro as well as his agent. I mean, that's the general gist of it, isn't it? That we've offered him first team football. We've offered him a big contract. We've offered him a project where he can see him going up, whereas him going to Real Madrid, I think, is a risk. I think him going to Real Madrid could mean him sat on the bench. And the thing you have to remember as well, right? I know this is going to upset some people, but Real Madrid won't be offering the same amount of money in wages that we will. I know that we are saying we don't overpay on wages anymore, but I bet you any money that Manchester United will offer Real Madrid. Manchester United will offer more in wages than Real Madrid will for Leny Yoro. I bet you any money. He currently only earns £5,000 a week at Manchester United, right? The story that I've been told this morning is that we've offered him £100,000 a week, which isn't that much. It's still half the amount that Maguire gets paid. Maguire's on 200 grand a week. Varane was on 350 grand a week. So £100,000 a week for one of the best young centre-backs in the world, I think is a good deal. But Real Madrid wouldn't be offering him that kind of money, you know? They just simply wouldn't, because they have a wage structure. They have, you know, their top earners all are paid the same amount, and then it all kind of goes down in a tier system. So yeah, it looks like we've got our man. Here we go. Leny Yoro to Manchester United. I'm absolutely buzzing. I'm going to wrap the video up here. Obviously, there'll be more talk about this later on in the day, but I'm going to keep this one short. The dog is literally eating my breakfast downstairs. My toast is burning. I better go and deal with that. Please make sure to smash a like on today's video. Please subscribe to the channel. Manchester United have got their man. Get in the comment section. Write the words, welcome Leny Yoro. Let's welcome him. Yeah, we'll speak in a couple of hours, guys. Bye for now. Thank you for joining me.